Members of the House Judiciary Committee questioned Google CEO Sundar Pichai today. They focused on that anti-conservative bias that is Google's and their concerns over data collection. Pichai denied any bias. He claimed Google employees are unable to manipulate search results individually. He downplayed a censored search engine that Google is building for communist China.
I lead this company without political bias and work to ensure that our products continue to operate that way. It's not possible for an individual employee or groups of employees to manipulate our search results. Right now, we have no plans to launch in China.
And during the testimony, a Democrat even accused Google of an anti-liberal bias.
This weekend, I was on MSNBC 4 times, and yet the first thing that comes up is the Daily Caller, not exactly a liberal, but I guess well-known group. Then Roll Call, then Breitbart News, then the Memphis Business Journal, then Breitbart News, then Breitbart. So it looks like you are overly using conservative news organizations on your news.
You don't suppose that was orchestrated in any way, do you? Then there was the leading radical Dem on the committee, Gerald Nadler himself, soon to be chairman, bending over backwards to defend his corporate overlord.
I must first dispense with a completely illegitimate issue, which is the fantasy dreamed up by some conservatives that Google and other online platforms have an anti-conservative bias. As I have said repeatedly, no credible evidence supports this right-wing conspiracy theory.
He left out vast, didn't he? Wouldn't it be a vast right-wing? Anyway, with just a quick, if you will forgive the expression, Google search of our own, we did find that last year, Congressman Nadler received more than $26,000 from Google's parent company, Alphabet. Now that's support, and obviously they got what they paid for. Google is also a major employer in Nadler's district, buying an office building this year in New York City for a total of $2.4 billion, small price to pay, for his full support in Congress. Joining us now, a man who was in today's hearings, Congressman Jim Jordan. He serves on both the Judiciary and Oversight Committees, also co-founder of the influential House Freedom Caucus. Congressman, it's always great to see you. You too. Jerry Nadler was very active in defending Google. You don't suppose there is a direct correlation between that contribution, do you? That's almost too much to imagine, isn't it?
Yeah, here's credible evidence that there is bias. How about Ileana Murillo, the head of multicultural marketing at Google, who the day after the 2016 election wrote a 4-page email to all the top executives at Google where she said this: we were trying to get out the Latino vote in key states. Another sentence, she says, we were trying to get out the Latino vote by paying for rides to the polls in key states. And the key words in both of those sentences in that email were in key states, which means they were trying to influence the vote in competitive states. They weren't doing this in Texas and California, where the largest Latino populations reside. No. They were doing it in what states did she mention? Florida and Nevada, because later in her email she says, we wanted Hillary to win. Yeah. So that's as strong a bias as you can get. And yet Mr. Pichai today wouldn't admit to that and basically said he disagreed with what she was writing. He said it didn't even happen, even though we had the email there where, in fact, she said those things.
Yeah, it was quite a performance by the CEO of Google. And he's not lacking in confidence, is he, as he sits before the Congress of the United States and spins up his perspective.
Well, remember, there's here's why it's significant. 3.5 billion searches done a day. The vast majority of those are done on Google's platform. And if there is this bias, that's why this is important. That's why this matters. And when you have the head of multicultural marketing at Google saying, we're trying to impact the election, get out the Latino vote, pay for rides to the polls in key states, in competitive states, that means something. That's why we had this hearing, and that's why you've been talking about, others have been talking about it. That's why it's so important.
The issue of political bias on the part of all platforms, social media, search, you name it, is an extremely important issue.
Yeah.
And far too little has been done about it, and it is great to see you all focusing on it. Let me also ask for your thoughts. Your colleague Mark Meadows making it clear he would be, as he put it, honored to serve with the president as his chief of staff. Your thoughts about that?
There was no finer gentleman than Mark Meadows. Super guy, respected, intelligent, would do an outstanding job. I hope that's who the president selects. The only concern I have is Mark's my best friend on Capitol Hill, and I hate to see him leave Capitol Hill, but for the good of the country, and if that's who the president wants, he would do an outstanding job in my judgment.
Yeah, I think that you're exactly right. I think Mark Meadows would serve the president extraordinarily well. Hope he gets the job. Congressman, great to see you as always.
You bet.
Jim
Thank
Jordan.
you, Lou. Take care.